ahead and unbox these new Them skates. If you've seen... What up, 2Qs here. Today we're going to be checking out Them skates. This is my second pair of skates since I've restarted. I was skating the Rems before this, so I did do an unboxing video, but what happened was I had a couple drinks before I did it, so I went ahead and did the unboxing, and then I went back and watched it the next day again, and it was kind of a mess, so I've just kind of compiled the, more important parts and just cut out the rest of it. So we'll go ahead and check that out, and then from there we'll just watch some video of me using Them skates from day one. I've been using them for about, maybe a week or two now. We're gonna do the same format as last time since people seem to like that. I got the iPad here. I'm just gonna go ahead and play some footage and then we'll talk through it. There we go. Oh. I do want to mention a couple things. I like the box a lot that Them skates came in. Reason being is just I feel like skating needs as much branding as it can get right now. So I like that they put some thought behind the branding. They put some thought behind the box. They went as far as, using those little emojis to show Them skates, like the logo, which I thought was awesome. So it seems kind of silly to care about the box, but the box is pretty good. They did provide a beanie that's fucking badass. I was not expecting that at all, so... And some stickers, amazing.
I love stickers.
So here's the first boot. Now I got the black and ivory on the bottom. My initial thoughts, these look fucking badass. These look amazing. And then another thing I wanted to mention, I like when I purchase Them skates, you know exactly where your money's going to, you know who you're supporting, and you know when you're supporting Them skates, they're also supporting the community. That money's probably going to go straight back into, the inline world and getting the company to progress. Whereas some companies, you can purchase skates and then, I don't know, you don't know where that money's going. You don't know if that company's doing anything to help the sport, and a lot of times it doesn't seem like they are. So that is one aspect of Them skates that I like, and I feel good about supporting the company. All right, so here's day one. I'm just putting them on here. I will say the strap is definitely kind of different. It took me a few tries to get the buckle actually in. It just feels like the buckle's kind of short, so you really have to push it over. It took some getting used to, but now it doesn't take me too long to put them on. First grind ever, fail. Did not happen.
Feels like day one again.
Yeah, it definitely felt like day one again. Now I had Dennis come out this day and he helped me out with some filming. We're actually playing a game of skate, so a lot of the footage you see from this day is us playing skate. Here's 2 seconds of footage of him. We did a whole video for him if you want to check that out. Here's a link. Great guy, great skater. We don't need to see any more of him. Let's get back to Them skates. Finally starting to land a few of the grinds. The reason I said it feels like day one again is because the skates are different than the Rems. They kind of lean differently, if that makes sense. I kept feeling like I was gonna fall backwards, and they leaned back, whereas my Rems kind of felt like they leaned forward. But what I have found with that is, with that lean, and I'm not even sure if that's what's happening, but that for me at least has translated into skating faster. It just, whenever I push off of these skates, I get more speed off of them. So with that being said, it does take me some time to warm up and to get and to actually start landing tricks and whatnot. So it did feel like day one all over again. I don't know why my first instinct was to kick my sunglasses forward to pick them up. And that's probably the longest I've ever done that grind. So this is actually the next day. I went back to the skate park alone. By the way, Dennis ended up winning that game of skate. I actually just kind of forfeited because the game was going on forever. That was almost a Switch Royale right there. Now, a lot of people have been talking about doing Royales with them skates and how they've been able to just find that groove. I kind of had the opposite experience where I feel like them skates exposed my Royales and I maybe wasn't actually doing them correctly. What I was telling myself before is just approach the Royale like you're going to do a soul grind and then just kind of tweak your foot a little bit. And with my rems, that would just kind of snap me into place into a Royale. Whereas with them skates, I just kind of would end up doing a weird soul grind, and you'll see that here. It definitely took some readjusting. After being so excited about learning Royales again, it was kind of a little discouraging to get back out there and then just have to relearn them again. Trying a few grinds that I normally don't do. There's a clean Royale there. That was the first time I've ever done a soul stall and then 180'd back in, which I actually didn't mean to do. I just felt natural to drop back in that way. I usually go up and then we'll drop back in backwards. So that was kind of cool. Trying some spins. This was the first time I'd ever done a Royale down some stairs, or on a down ledge, whatever you want to call it. Now, the thing I like about this shot in particular is it shows perfectly why it's called locking on. You can see my sole foot just like snaps right onto the grind. Another example of the whole weird Royale soul grind thing. Alright, so this is yet another day here. I checked out a indoor skate park with my buddy Jonathan, who was in another one of my videos. This is probably the third indoor skate park I've ever been to in my life. The other two were both van skate parks back in the day. I don't even know if van skate parks are still a thing. One of them was actually here in Arizona, and when I went to it, I was living in California, so I came all the way over here. And I was having some fun there. The rest of the place was kind of crowded and it was extremely slippery. And there's Jonathan. This is Cameron, one of Jonathan's friends. He's pretty good at his scooter, but of course the only shot I'm going to show you is of him falling. Sorry, Cameron.
There you go. That was a grind.
So that was the first grind I've ever done on coping on a ramp or anything like that. Here, I was hoping I could, again, take this back to the park I normally go to and try to grind on the coping there. Yeah, by the way, when I got home from that session, I looked in our backyard and it looked a lot darker for some reason, and this tree that's been in our backyard forever fell and saw its last days, so RIP to that tree. Alright, this is the next morning. You see the light gray part of my shirt? That's the actual color of my shirt. The rest of that is all sweat, and I had only been there for like 10 minutes. It was just humid that day. Yeah, after that I was done. I went home, I wasn't having it. Alright, so this shot is of a buddy I've been chatting with on Instagram, and I told him we should play skate. I basically say that to everybody. So he sent this video to me, and hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing it here. But we're doing Seoul to Macchiao. And here I am trying it. Definitely needed some wax, but I started getting a little bit closer. Now this gave us the opportunity to chat a little bit, and he was able to give me advice. So that's always a good thing. One thing I like about making these videos is that people can watch them and then they can give me feedback and let me know, hey, maybe try it this way or that way. So I get free lessons by posting this. But with that being said, you could give me all the information in the world and vice versa. I could tell you how to do tricks. You could watch Lino Life, you could watch Tiago, you could watch Back to Blading. They could tell you how to do tricks all day, but it's not going to matter if you don't get out there and actually try them. So you could tell me how to do a trick 100 different ways, but if I'm not actually getting out there and trying it, it's never going to click. So basically, less talk, more doing. Now, by this point, it's been a few days with them skates, and I don't know, you can definitely tell I just look more comfortable on them. Alright, so I said I wanted to take that grind from the indoor park and try it out at my main park. And so here I am. There's no wax on this coping, so I'm just trying to force it. You can see me literally stepping over, and to me that was good enough. I called that a grind. But I did approach it at a bit more of an angle and kind of went at it a little bit faster, so I was able to get a little bit of a slide. Alright, here we are, another day, yet another skate park. I visited this skate park in a earlier video, and I was talking to somebody else on Instagram about the issues that I was having with the Royales on them skates, and they told me that one thing I could try is just finding a curb and going at a few Royales and just trying to build that groove myself where my foot naturally goes to. So I found this little spot at the El Mirage skate park, and I'm just trying to build a groove. I'm just going at it with as many Royales as I can, and trying to build that groove for myself. It's one of the better ones there. I was actually trying to spin out of that one, but I don't know why I would spin that way. I should probably spin inwards. Another good one. But, of course, they're not all good. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this already. But one interesting thing to point out, and I realized this later, is that those are actually two separate falls there. I fell twice. I just happened to fall the same exact way. So when I put those two shots together, it just looks like the same fall from two different angles. And I checked for my headphones. I just got some AirPods. I was testing them out to see if AirPods are skatable, and the answer is yes, they actually are. That was the only time they fell out. Just having a little fun here. Trying to create that groove a different way. That one was pretty good. That one was really good. I felt like my hop out of that one was good, so if I wanted to, I could eventually maybe add some spins or something out. That grind right there, it's like, why would you even include that? It wasn't that good of a grind, especially this late into the video. But I took like 20 minutes trying to get that shot in focus, only to realize that that curb was wet, or that ledge was wet as soon as I tried to grind it. So I'm going to include the one shot that I got. Now here I'm taking the same approach I had at Goodyear that day, but wasn't working out quite as well. So my overall thoughts on them skates, I like them a lot. Should you get them? If you don't have some skates already, absolutely get them. I think they're a great budget skate. They did also put things into perspective for me personally. I was blaming a lot of things on my rims, and thinking, you know, they're super heavy, they're super clunky, which is true. But at the end of the day, the issue is not the skates, it's me. I need to get out there and practice more. I need to, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is skates are skates. Just get a pair, get out there and use them. I don't know, they look and feel like budget skates, not in a bad way. They feel very hard. Like whenever you're stomping around, they just feel like one solid piece. They definitely feel faster. I don't know why. It's just the way they lean, I guess. Whenever you're pushing off, I personally feel like I get more speed. That groove that was created definitely helped with the Royales. Still practicing with them. I still feel like they're easier on my rims for whatever reason. I'm not going to switch back to my rims anytime soon. I might, just to get a better feel for the differences between the two, but I'm pretty happy with them skates. I might maybe throw in some different liners and try different things out, but just the stock setup that it comes with. And by the way, the wheels, or the frames I was using were the Featherlight 3s that came with my rims, and they work great. I'm waiting on my 50/50 frames that I will eventually end up putting on them skates, which will be nice. I'll have two complete setups. I'm definitely happy with the purchase. I'm happy to support them skates and John Julio. So if you need new skates, grab a pair. If you don't need new skates but you want them, maybe hold off and just go out and practice more. You don't necessarily need, like, I don't think these skates are going to make you any better if you already have a decent setup. I apologize. This video has definitely ended up more being just another progress video of mine and less about them skates itself, but they're great. Grab a pair. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here. As always, I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Shout out to both Dennis and Jonathan for hitting me up to skate, and I'll see you on the next one.